channel. I know it's been a couple of days. Welcome back to Do It Yourself Micro Braid Lace Closure Wig. Yeah, that's all of it in its goodness and glory. Now I won't be talking much, but here is the thing. Here's the thing. While I won't be talking much, I shall be keeping an eye on the comments just to make sure I don't miss any questions or concerns that y'all may have. Also, just because we're going a couple days don't mean I'm forgetting about finishing her. Yeah. Um, Please be respectful, and I may mute at certain points because the thing with live streams is you'll never really know when if it's just definitely going to be quiet all the way through. And so I think about the viewer experience, and so sometimes I shall be muting the live stream, but that doesn't mean that I'm leaving the live stream. Let's lock in. I know my hand's looking a little crazy right now, baby. I was trying not to do this. I was trying not I was trying to do anything but stand up to tighten the grip. Okay, it looks like you know what we have to do that at least to start it. Let me mute here because a lot of background noise going on. Okay, just had to get situated there and catch. I didn't want to start off the braid where it'd be easy to slip out or snag alongside the others. Welcome back. Y'all probably haven't seen me on the live stream side 'cause I've been uploading, but I have a maintenance video out for y'all, and I go over how I do. Look, I do my own nail appointments, I do my own hair appointments, all that jazz. And so I also do that here on the channel, aside from talking about hygiene. I've not left y'all behind at all. Just needed a little, just thank you. Thank y'all for that. Those that were patient. Appreciate that. Pop W123, welcome to the live. We are braiding a lace wig, micro braids. That's something you don't see often. I have seen one stylist, and I forgot her name, and I forgot which platform she was on. She was like, "I'm not charging anything less than $1,000," and I'm sitting here like, well, by the grace of God, I know how to do these. I'm not spending. I'm not spending one rack for that when I can do it by the grace of God. No, and when I can teach people how they can do it on their own. Absolutely not. Cause why are we doing that? I'm not knocking the stylist getting her coins, but look, them braids better be neatly done. They better last at top 6 months. Come with all types of retouches and everything included in that price. If somebody gonna be paying $1K, that's all I'm saying. That's just my take on it. I am not a licensed cosmetologist. I just know how to do most of what licensed cosmetologists know how to do, and that's by the grace of God, not by my own strength. Let me lock back in because I think I'm hearing some copyrighted stuff and we can't play that. But I'm gonna keep out of the comments for y'all. I will do that. Welcome to the family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait for y'all to see it once it's done. I don't know when that's going to be. I just know that I have to keep at this, and eventually it is going to be done. And this isn't my first rodeo. This ain't my first one I've done like this. It's just been a while. Yeah. So I don't have an estimated time frame, but I do know it takes a while. I just took longer last time making the first one of these because I wasn't doing it. I wasn't touching it every single day. I wasn't braiding a couple braids every single day. It's okay to be like, oh, I'm gonna take a day or whatever. But eventually you got to finish. And I'm like, yeah, I got to finish, sister girl. Yeah. So here we are. Except for it's an interactive experience because we get to spend time together for those of you watching. This was all loose hair. And I've made the wig. So now it's just, all I'm doing is just locking it in by putting braids in it. Thank you, thank you. These, I did these in my most recent maintenance beauty vlog, which is on the channel already. Which is making me think of something. But I'm gonna keep that as a surprise for y'all. So, yeah, turn the bell on. Please feel free. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I owe everything to God because there's just no way I'm going to be paying 1K. Bars. There's no way. Let me say that again. There's no way I'm paying 1K when I can do these. No, bars. I'm not doing it. I'm not paying 1K. That 1K can be better spent elsewhere. I'm not mad at the stylist. Charge your 1K. Just have a plan, you know. Multiple retouches. Estimated time frame should like, if you're paying $1,000, I feel like it should last at least 6 months or at least 4.5 with free touch-ups if you're gonna charge it. Then I'll be like, okay, that's worth it then. Okay. But if ain't none of that included, sis. I saw another stylist that went from putting the braids in people's hair to just straight up just making these. I'm just like, yep, that was the smart move. Very neat braid. I forgot that lady name. She here on YouTube. If I could think of her, I'll call her name out. But I ain't got room to look. I can't look right now. Watch her name come to me after I get off live with y'all. That's usually how it happens. If you are new here, my name is Jessica and I teach people how to smell good all day long. The bonus is I love Jesus. I love telling people about Jesus Christ, but you know what is a close second? I love beautifying people. I love teaching people to beautify themselves. This is a part of it. Hair is one way to beautify oneself. Nails is a way to beautify oneself. But you gotta make sure that your life, at least for it to be worth navigating, for you to have more peace, a relationship with Jesus Christ centers everything else. And coupled with the fact that I love to teach people how to beautify themselves, yeah, that's that. And I've had people tell me, well, you doing too much. Well, then I must be hitting it right on, I must be hitting the target then. No pun intended. I must be hitting the target then. They're telling me I'm talking about it too much or yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. Have you ever seen a person that like just super represents their team, whether it's sports, football, basketball? Wouldn't you want a dedicated fan over a wishy-washy one? You feel me? Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate you, Ava. Hey, God, in God's timing. In God's timing. In God's timing. That's the only thing I can say. I'm thankful to be at this stage, because I have seen a lot, and I've seen a lot of people who started where I am, and it's like, I don't know what happened, and I'm like, I hope everything go well for you, sis. The other girlies in the space, they're very talented, but what keeps me going is that, one, my relationship with God. Two, the fact that he reminds me, hey, stay in your lane. Do what you know how to do. Do that. As long as I stay in my lane, hygiene, hair, all that jazz, beautifying myself, nails, feet, all that, I'm good. As long as I stay in my lane, I'm good. Anytime you try to walk in somebody else's lane, that's where it get messy. Stay in your lane. What do I mean by stay in your lane? Be yourself. When you just, and it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. The sooner you adapt to who God made you to be and just roll with it and ask him, and just make sure you're having a relationship with him and asking him, like, hey, how do you want me to navigate this? How do I best represent you and still be myself and not embarrass you and still be able to tell people about you? And you listen to them and practice that daily, you'll be fine. And eventually, you take it one day at a time, and a day turns into a week, into a month, into a year. And then it repeats the cycle, and then went multiple years. We done had our 5-year anniversary here on this channel last year. So, and so I started this Reddit 2020. And then every time I keep thinking about, and I be looking at my old videos like, dang, man, has it been that long? Like, and I'm so glad I have a memory of that. I'm so glad. And just because the videos are older doesn't mean they ain't still relevant. Some of that stuff still applies to today. But I'll still wind up repeating myself, because you might need a refresher class. And I realize not everybody that come to my channel is an OG, meaning they ain't been here from the jump. Maybe you new. So what I do is I just real lighthearted about it, like, hey, you must be new here. Okay, let me explain. And do that. I started with hair and all the other stuff and incorporating it. Now it's just being looped back in with everything else I've already been doing. That way it's not a surprise to anybody. That's the fun part. I get to do what I was going to do anyway. I needed to do something with my hair anyway. I need to take care of these feet anyway. It's a bonus. It's fun. Do I go live a lot? I try. I don't have a set time. Please don't ask me if I have a set time. That's why I always encourage people. It is free 99. You do not get charged. There's a button somewhere on the screen. You are free to subscribe. You're not required. I barely mention this. When I do mention it, then it's like, okay, well, maybe I ain't said it in a while. I don't like begging people to subscribe. They'll subscribe if they feel like they need it, and then hit the all bell. Every time I go live or post something, you're gonna get a notification. That's the best way to increase your chance of making sure you don't miss an upload or a live. That's what I can tell you. Because things are so unpredictable, I'd rather tell people to do that. Because then, even if you don't catch the live, you get to run the live stream back and catch up anyway and watch the replay. It's not as fun. I understand. That's why I say put on the all bell. Put on the all bell. And as much as you can, I realize people have different schedules. As much as you can, you try to get on live. If you can't, the replay is always there. So I'll be thinking about the replay, people. Which is why I be muting as soon as at the first sign I hear some background noise or some copyrighted. I'm ready to boop. Let's mute that thing. Cause I know some of y'all be watching it back. The replay. So I try to be clink clink real particular about that. I was sitting back watching one of my videos and I'm just like, I said that? I forgot I said that. I said, oh, that's funny. I forgot I did that. I forgot. That's why I love it. You get to have the memory there. And go back and be like, oh, I forgot that was there. I forgot I even said that. I forgot I covered that already. That's why I don't even get mad. I'm like, oh, I done covered something about a product already. I done covered a topic already. Okay, well, maybe it needed some extra information added to it. Sometimes that's the case. Why you think the technology we have just have updates? Books come out with different editions. Second edition. Why they come out with the third edition? Well, maybe they added more to the book than from the previous edition. Same with this. Same thing. Oh, let me uncross my legs here because it was getting uncomfortable. And I ain't like that. You gotta be comfortable while you braid. As comfortable as possible. We're hitting a snag, so let me take my time right here. Especially towards you getting towards the end, but I'm not gonna go all the way to the end. It just don't make sense, especially with this length. This is like derrière length, like butt length, basically. I think we're gonna go any further after that. Okay, time to get us another one. There we go. There we go. Okay. I don't know why I'm thinking Christmas song. Christmas gone. Like what? That's random. Ooh. Do, 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 do. Hold on, I hear background noise. I'll make that our point where we don't continue, and then we'll start another one. And then there we go. And then split our pieces into sections. First the braid, then let's get a good grip. I'll make sure I'm not missing nobody's comments. Come to a point where anytime you see my hands here, I'm nearing the bottom portion, but I'm not going to braid to the end. There's a reason for that. I don't want blunt looking ends. That's a big no-no, at least for me. There we go. Okay. Okay, and before we start ourselves another one. Boom. There we go. Start ourselves another one. Not hear background noise, so let me hold on. I know the hands is looking kind of interesting, but it's all for the purpose of making sure that I have a good grip on this braid before I loosen it a little bit. But then I can just freely plait the hair. Like now, we got to get a good grip. Getting a good grip is the foundation of making sure your micro braids do not slip out easily. You don't want that. Especially you're wearing it at this length where you want to whip it back and forth. Okay? Yeah, it shouldn't be going nowhere. It shouldn't be unraveling. For nothing, at no time, nothing. At all. Not for anything. This is why you gotta practice and take your time in this particular area of things like this. Yeah, starting that braid, very crucial. You take your time. It's not something you want to do sloppily. I like neatness, so and neatness is not the same thing as perfection. Not the same. Now we're gonna come to this. Okay, so got about, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and split off. We're gonna get ourselves another section. Let me do this. Okay. Make sure we don't have no flyaways up in here. And cannot forget to do all this. Wait, do a smell test. I can still smell the shea butter I put it on it over 3 months ago. Well, almost 3 months ago. It's been at least 2 months. That's what making it look silky smooth, coupled with the fact that I also did a light blowout on this, but still kept some of the texture. That video, this whole wig has a whole playlist from start to finish, from cap construction, everything. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that on the community tab. I don't know when I'm gonna be back, but I'm gonna definitely be back. You know what to do if you're not like to miss the continuation of this, because I got to looking at it, I said, you know what, I'm not going to give up on sister girl here. For those that were new, it was nice meeting you all. Hopefully we see each other again. I will see you next time, whenever that next time shall be. I don't know when I'm gonna be back, but one thing is a guarantee: if you turn that all bell on, yeah, you're gonna get a notification. I love each and every one of you. Peace. Toodaloo.